Yeah, I'll start by announcing that Jose Quintana will be our opening day starter for 2024. Obviously, this is a guy that's been in the league for a long time. He's one of those guys that competes, takes the ball, knows how to pitch, and we like how he's bouncing back. We feel like the more that he goes through his progression, the stronger he feels. So we talked to him today, and it was an exciting news and a big day for us. And yeah, so he'll take the ball March 28th.
What was his reaction?
He was pretty happy. He was excited. And obviously we go back to the days when we were with the Yankees. I had him in the minor leagues, and he was special. My first conversation as a manager, and to be able to do it to Jose means a lot to all of us.
What was the deciding factor for that?
Well, like a lot of the things that I just said. This is a guy that competes, takes the ball, knows how to pitch, and we like how he's bouncing back. That he's feeling stronger as we get going here in camp. Just talked to him after he pitched last night, and he feels really, really good. And he's one of those where we feel comfortable with him, and we're excited to have him on the 28th. Take them out.
The numbers haven't necessarily been there for Starling so far, but how do you kind of, I guess, put that stat line in the context of spring, and what are you seeing from him?
I also like what I'm seeing. Results hasn't been there, but the other day when we play here at 9, he smoked a couple of balls last night. He hit another one, and then he had a walk with the bases loaded. I like his at bat. Honestly, I think he's in a good spot, especially the last couple of games. The way he's impacting the baseball, controlling the strike zone. Again, that walk yesterday, 3-2. So I like where he's at physically, mentally, and how he's moving around on the field.
Senga got almost 3 weeks after he got shut down. Is he gonna start the throwing program soon?
We're still having those discussions. He's still not a setback, none of that. But we want to make sure that before he picks up a baseball, he's strong and that we're comfortable. It might take an extra week or so, but that doesn't mean he's having any setback or anything. It's just more like we want to make sure that we feel pretty comfortable, and he's feeling pretty comfortable about starting that his progression. But overall, he's moving in the right direction, and we're pretty happy where he's at right now in his rehab process.
Carlos, obviously the Mets were very efficient in stealing bases last year. What kind of weapon do you think that can be for your club this year?
It's definitely a weapon. We got the personnel. We got guys that can run the bases. We got guys that got a pretty good feel of how to steal bases. And with the new rules nowadays, it's more like the game wants action, and we got the personnel. So I think this is something that we will be aggressive when the situation presents. I'm having those conversations with the guys. A lot of them are going to have green lights, but this is an area of the game where we can take advantage of it.
How does that fit into your lineup construction, if at all? Because I know obviously there's been for years and years you put your fast guys up top, and then that kind of came back a little bit. Did the new rules change that in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, look, you have those conversations. I like the on base on top of the lineup. But I also like speed. I think it's a combination of both. It's who's healthy, who's in the lineup that day, what are the matchups. There's a lot of things that we factor in when we're talking about putting together a lineup. But the fact that we have that versatility, we got guys that get on base, we have guys that can steal bases. We can do a lot of different things on the baseball field.
Marte is a guy who's had a lot of success stealing bases. He was really efficient last year, maybe wasn't even 100% healthy most of the time. What kind of season do you think he can have on the base path?
If he's healthy, he's going to impact the game. We are expecting him to be Starling Marte, which is a pretty productive player. He gets on base, and the other team knows that he's going to be aggressive, and he's going to put pressure on the defense, and he's going to be looking to take that extra base, and he changes the game from the pitcher, and you'll see him. Like I say, if he's healthy, he's a special player here.
Is there at all a point of diminishing return for that? Like, do you not want a guy to attempt 60 stolen bases in a season, especially in an older guy, or is it as simple as he's healthy, he can go as much as he wants?
Yeah, if he's healthy and feeling good, he can go as much as we want. You know, if I don't want him running, I'll put a stop sign. But you know, this is a guy that he's got a pretty good feel for the game, for the situation, and he know when to pick spot. And you know, that's part of his game, and you know, we want him to show that part of the game.
Carlos, si te puedo preguntar en español. Hablas de Quintana y hablarlo como el abridor del Opening Day. ¿Eso te hace sentir quizás más cerca ya de la fecha y lo que viene, y ya apuntando más hacia ese día tan importante?
Sí, seguro que sí. Sabemos que Opening Day está a la vuelta de la esquina, y ya cuando estamos teniendo esas conversaciones, pues te empiezas a sentir que de verdad se está haciendo real. Un día especial, poder compartir esa noticia con Quintana, un muchacho que conozco desde muchos años. Y mira, ya llegando a esa semana y esos días finales de sprint training, donde ya pues el béisbol es un poco más real, como se dice, ya la competencia, los muchachos preparándose y ya todo listo para el Opening Day.
Por último, como has visto a Francisco detrás del plato, obviamente con los corredores que está sacando en base, pero también como está viendo el pitcher.
No, excelente. La manera como él se ha visto en el sprint training, obviamente ofensivamente y defensivamente, como está lanzando la bola, los resultados los hemos visto. Yo creo que todo el trabajo que él hizo durante la temporada muerta y pues todo lo que hemos visto aquí en el sprint training es impresionante, y de la manera como él se encarga de comunicarse con los lanzadores. Muchacho especial, y de verdad que estoy contento de que empiece la temporada y poder verlo jugar.
Carlos, a lot of the moves that have been made over the winter in terms of building this year's roster were sort of made to attack the depth, to add options throughout pitching and position player side. Now that we're a couple weeks from opening day, you're starting to move towards figuring out who's going to break camp with the club. You're starting to get a sense for how that's going to benefit you, and just how high quality that depth is.
Yeah, 100%. You know, especially from the pitching side of things. You know, with the way guys are throwing the baseball now, that you know, we said it from the beginning that hopefully we get to those later days, you know, last week of camp, and we have some difficult decisions to make, because that means they're not only throwing the ball well, but they're also healthy. And we're you know, knock on wood, we're approaching those days, we're approaching those weeks where we're going to have those tough conversations. And look, that is important. We know, and everybody knows, that to get through 162 plus, we're going to need a lot of them, and we're going to need all of them. And you know, from the pitching side, from the position player side, of same thing. You know, we like our depth. We like what we're seeing out of the whole group here, and the biggest thing is that everybody stays healthy and they make it tough on us.
And for you personally, you know, you've been sort of in preparation mode ever since you took the job, and now you've just named an opening day starter. That's 2 weeks from tomorrow. I know you still have work to do down here, but are you starting to feel that anticipation for opening day as a big league manager, what that's going to be like?
Yeah, 100%. Especially having that conversation with Quintana today, where we delivered the news, where he was, you know, you are a guy for opening day, and it feels like, okay, you're getting close, it's getting real, and it's exciting. And you know, same thing with the conversations we're having as a coaching staff, that you know, what we're doing in the middle of the games, our conversations in the dugout, how we're preparing guys, you know, how we're delivering certain messaging, it factors into it. You know, we're getting close, and you know, it's exciting.
What do you remember of him when you met him way back when?
Of Quintana?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a lefty pitcher that was just there, and nobody knew who he was, you know. And I remember him getting a call to pitch on a high A team, and then sending him back down to extended spring training until we didn't see him again. And he ended up pitching, you know, a lot, and then the next year he was in the big leagues. So it was a pretty cool story for him.
What do you think of your lefty DH options right now? I guess Choi and Stewart would be the two primary guys. What do you think of them right now?
Good. I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, they're getting ready for their season, and just controlling the things that they can control. You know, G-Man, Stewart, how they control the strike zone, how they impact the baseball. You know, they can both play. Stewart can play different position. He went back on the minor league side yesterday and played first base. G-Man, we know he could play some first, and that lefty bat. So, you know, like I said, hopefully we continue to move on here, and we're getting to a point where it's going to be a tough conversation. It's going to be a tough decision.
Are they two different kind of hitters in your mind?
I'll say, they got some. They both control the strike zone. They both got power. Obviously, G-Man probably have a little bit more experience, but doesn't mean the DJ, is lacks of experience. So I would say they're pretty similar in certain ways.
All right, we good?
Thank you.
Thank you.